We are, and once we have the recording available, we will upload it to our YouTube channel where you can go and review and go through the entire session again. I would request you to keep your mics muted and your cameras turned off. And if you have any questions during the sessions, keep posting your questions in the chat. My team and I are monitoring the chat. Okay, Joseph, I'm not sure if we can enroll you right now for CPE because CPE option is a paid option. If you signed up, if you did not pay, then you probably signed up for a non-CPE. It's just one CPE. You can probably attend our other. Okay, we hear from Mike, who is our IT director. He is checking if we can enroll you now for CPE. So he'll respond to that question. But if you have any questions related to chapter, but I would say focus on what Jennifer is saying. If you have any questions for Jennifer, put them in chat as well. My team and I are monitoring the chat. And Jennifer, you can see the chat as well. If you want to take the questions as you go, you're most welcome to do that. Or you can tell us, you can ask us what the questions are coming, and one of us can read those out to you. Okay. With that, let's get started. Jennifer, over to you.
Okay. And there was a message in the chat. Will there be pop-up messages? The device on blocks up. Yeah.
No, I think by pop-up messages they mean the quiz or the poll questions. No, this is only a 1 hour session. We don't need a poll questions for this. So poll questions.
1 hour or an hour and 50 minutes?
It's an hour session.
Oh, okay.
I think what Sandra meant was like, what we usually do is we say, 15 minutes of talking material and then maybe 10 minutes for Q&A. But if you have more than that, that's okay. We can go all the way to 1 o'clock. But we promised them a lunch and learn session from 12 to 1. So that's what we're looking at.
Gotcha.
So 1 hour.
Great. All right.
But if you have more, we'll call you again. Jennifer, we would love to have you again. So
thank you. Okay. So welcome everybody. And so I do want to say that this is going to be, this session is going to be collaborative. I'm going to be asking you questions. And so there is a point that you are going to be put into a breakout room to do an exercise. And then you are also going to be doing other exercises that you're going to need. I'll put in the chat the links where you need to go. Okay, so if you have any questions or whatever, just feel free to chime in. Okay, so it's great to be here. I'm Jennifer Marden. I'm a research scientist and cybersecurity instructor for the Center of Cybersecurity Research and Education at the University of Alabama, Huntsville. So today, I'm so glad that you're here. This is one of my favorite topics. We're diving into the fascinating world of digital forensics. We're going to unmask digital truths to solve real-world crimes and protect organizations. And I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, great. So you should be able to see my screen now. And then I'll also ask you questions, and just you can do the thumbs up, thumbs down things when we get to that point. So let's start. Digital forensics. This is a key player in modern investigative landscape. It's the science that helps us uncover digital evidence, and this evidence can make or break a case. In this session, what I'm going to do is guide you through the essentials of digital forensics, and we'll explore the core concepts and scientific methods that underpin this field. So whether you're here out of professional interest or pure curiosity, you'll gain insights that are relevant and impactful. So let's get ready and embark on our journey through this really fun digital realm. Here we go. Okay, so raise your virtual hand if you work in the public sector. Or just put it in the chat, just say yes. Okay, all right, great. And what about the private sector? Any of you guys? How many of you are in education? Raise your virtual hand or put yes in the chat. Okay. How many of you are in the DMV area, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area? Okay. Good, good, good. Okay. Great. All right. And how many of you have a current knowledge of digital forensics? Okay, I don't see anybody, so good. I think this is probably new to you, and we will go ahead and get started. Great. So let's talk about why forensics matters. Have you ever really thought about how detectives morph into being really cool tech-savvy sleuths? And how they get the villains and resurrect lost data with their digital skills? Well, welcome to the world of digital forensics. Remember, this is an interactive session, so please ask questions when they come up, and I'll show you what we're going to be doing. All right, let's talk about what you're going to be learning today. First, we're going to explore some of the core concepts and scientific methods that underpin digital forensics. This is essential for really understanding how we uncover hidden truths in the digital realm. We'll talk about the step-by-step forensics process, giving you a structured way to approach investigations. And then we're going to talk about essential tools and techniques. These are really a digital sleuth's best friend. This is what's going to help solve the puzzle of the data that we're looking for. Next, we're going to go into ethical considerations and talk about different career paths after we talk about the essential tools and techniques. And then we're going to go into the future of forensics. Finally, we're going to talk about case studies that utilize digital forensics. And if you watch the news at all, you will be very, very familiar with one of the cases that we will be reviewing today. Okay, so put in the chat or unmute yourself if you can tell me what digital forensics is. Anybody? Okay. Anybody got the primary goals? I'm going to go over that. What about how it can be used? How can digital forensics be used? Anybody want to take a guess? All right, well, I'm glad you're here because it's what we're going to talk about. Oh, okay. Veronica says to find evidence. Awesome. Okay. So here we are, defining digital forensics and talking about the core concepts. So Veronica, if you're with CISA, you're probably very familiar with NIST. NIST is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and they define digital forensics as the application of scientific methods to recover, examine, and present facts from digital devices. So the goals really are to present the integrity of the data. That's what's important. Find the relevant data, analyze it, and present legally sound evidence. That's the goal. Okay, so data can be found in various media, including, as you can see here, computers, mobile devices, cloud data, networks, and IoT devices. And it really applies to a wide range of investigations. So when we talk about the types of investigations, we're talking about criminal cases like murder, civil cases like property disputes, administrative investigations like workplace misconduct, and internal investigations to uncover fraud or data theft within an organization. So in all these scenarios, digital forensics experts collect, preserve, and analyze digital data from all of these different devices, and put together a case for what happened. Okay, so the first thing we want to talk about is we need to have a cybercrime to start an investigation, right? So when we have that, and we're going to talk about hacking or data breaches. Those are cybercrimes, and then there are non-cybercrimes such as burglary, assault, and murder. So those are the two different types of crimes that we have that we can do digital forensics on. In the cybercrime investigation, law enforcement investigates individuals or groups who penetrate into a company and steal data or manipulate it. And anybody know what those types of people are called? Put it in the chat if you know. They're called hackers, right? So to investigate them, we need to know what type of hackers we're looking for. So we're looking at seeing who is doing this crime, and then we want to look at how well we know our hacker types. So let's learn about different hacker types. Judith got it, and Antonio, great job. Hackers. All right, so different hacker types. Let's talk about these real quick. Make sure you're paying attention because you're going to do an activity right after this, okay? So we are going to go over the type, description, and some examples. And I need you to participate on this one. So the first type is white hat. All right, who can tell me what a white hat is? Anybody know what a white hat is? A good hacker, ethical hacker. Ethical hacker is exactly right. Good job, Antonio and Christopher. Okay, who can give me an example? Anybody? How about pen testers or red teamers? Those are considered white hats. Now, good, Judith. Exactly, Dennis, great. Okay, black hat. I think there's a little delay with our chat, so I'll slow down a little bit. Black hat. What's the description of black hat? Bad and fraudulent, Judith said. Criminal, Christopher said. Dennis said criminals too. Good. All right. So we call those malicious hackers. Anybody have any examples of them? Dark Side, Fancy Bear, Lazarus, and Revel. So these are examples of black hats. Have you guys heard of these before? Dark Side, Fancy Bear are usually from Russia. So Kent says yes. Lazarus, anybody know where Lazarus is located? North Korea. Revel is Eastern European. So black hats can also be nation state actors. Gray hats. What's a gray hat? You have it? Gray hat hackers are between ethical and malicious. Okay, they're in between, right? They're gray, but are they legal? Are they doing legal things? Both good and bad. Good, Judith. Okay, Candace says both, right? So really, gray hat. If somebody is going into a website and doing like a SQL injection for a company that they're not supposed to, it's not a bug bounty. They are actually breaking into the system, even if they say hey, hey, I noticed, Chick-fil-A, that you've got a problem here. If Chick-fil-A did not put a bug bounty on their system, even though that's great, it's not malicious, it's still illegal. They're still getting into that system. Anybody know some examples? Lilsec is one, and they're Eastern European. And Kevin Mitnick. Have y'all heard of Kevin Mitnick? He is fascinating. He passed away, I guess it's been over a year now, a year and a half. His story is phenomenal. If you are interested in learning about his life and what he's done as a hacker, read his book, Ghost on the Wire. It's really awesome. And he started hacking at age 8. Can you believe it? So now we're going to go on to Red Hat. Anybody know what Red Hat is? You may not have heard that term before. And it's not a red teamer. This is a red hat. It's a vigilante. Okay, so vigilante hacker. Anybody give me an example? You usually hear about this group in the news all the time. Exactly. Good. Dennis got it. Kenneth got it. Exactly. Anonymous. One of their attacks that they did last year was on the Israeli nuclear facility, and they published a whole bunch of data to force Israel, trying to force them into a ceasefire. A green hat. What is a green hat? Anybody know? If you are green, ecology, that's a good question. That's a good suggestion, Dennis, ecology. Now, if you're green in a game, if you're playing, what are you? You're a newbie, right? So it's a novice hacker. An example of that would be what? Anybody know? A script kiddie. Have you heard of a script kiddie? Good, Dennis, good. Script kiddies, what do they do? Script kiddies will take already created scripts and use them for their own, whatever they're gonna do. So they usually don't know how to have an attack on someone with their own information, and so they find information from the dark web on, okay, this is how you do a hack for ransomware, this is how you do this, and that's a script kiddie. Okay. There's also one, and I didn't put it here, but it's also a blue hat. Anybody heard of a blue hat? Okay. Somebody look that up and tell me what a blue hat is and put it in the chat. What is a blue hat hacker? Did you find it? What is a blue hat hacker? You're going to learn very quickly what it is. Hired specialist, that could be one way to talk about it. Well, you're going to find out in just a minute when you play this. Vulnerabilities, has vulnerabilities before a system launch? Okay, well, good. Here is what we're going to do. External security expert invited by companies, particularly Microsoft, to test their systems or vulnerabilities. They help identify and fix security gaps to ensure a safe. Exactly, Kenneth. Exactly. They're the bug bounty people. They're bug bounties. So if you ever want to get into a bug bounty and you want to hack legally, go to HackerOne website and you will see all these bug bounties that companies have listed, and they're pretty much saying, hey, you can go into my system, tell me where the problems are, and we will pay you. That's a bug bounty. Good job, everybody. Okay, you ready to play a game? Here we go. So what I want you to do is go into, and I'll put this in the chat, my eMates, here, www, myemates.org, okay? Go to that website, and you are going to click on the cybersecurity tab. And so I'm going to stop sharing for a minute, and so I can get to that site myself, and then I'll show you what to do. Here we go. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen right now. On here, we are at My eMates. And what you're going to do, it says Home, Cybersecurity, and I want you to click on the Cybersecurity link. And then there's all these games. You guys can play this at any time. These games were created by Moraine Valley Community College, and they're not just for kids. They're not just for high school and college students. They're also for adults. So you can see here, we've got CMMC. If you're interested in that, there's a lot of stuff there, cryptography, networking, programming, etc. But what you guys are going to do right now is you're going to click on the Cyber Hat Match game. And it's going to come up and look like this. Then you're going to hit next. And then you're going to play this fun little game where you are going to match the different hats with what it is. Oh, look at that. Oh no. Okay, well, let's figure it out. Okay, so I want you to keep doing this. And oops, here we go. Novice is green. Boom, there's one. So put in the chat when you're finished. Go. All right, Dennis, nice job. Nice job. Was it easy? Not bad. Good. Were you familiar with all these terms, Dennis? Oh, good. Neat, got it, finished. Okay, Dennis knew most of them. Great, great, good. And again, while you guys are working on this, think about it. We want to make sure that we know really who is doing this and what's the motive, right? These are just some of them, right? If they're hackers. They could also be, when we're doing digital forensics, we could be doing an insider threat, right? We could be looking at other different people and motives. But this, I just thought was a fun thing to talk about when we're talking about digital forensics. All right, Kenneth finished, Christopher finished, great, good. All right, if you're still working, you can continue on, but we're going to move on. Okay, so we're going to talk about the forensic timeline. And this is the process timeline. And really, this is what's critical. When we are talking about digital forensics, we want to look at our timeline and what we have to do, okay? We need to first identify and locate the potential source of the digital evidence. This could be a hard drive or a phone, and the identification phase is all about finding where the data is, okay? The second thing we're going to do is once we have our target, we're going to move on to the preservation and collection phase. The preservation is the process of isolating and securing data to prevent tampering or changing it at all that could compromise the integrity of the legal admissibility. Think about that. When you are preserving the data that you're finding in an investigation, you want to make sure that you are preserving what you have. That's very important in the collection phase. So collection involves creating a forensically sound copy or a forensic image. Have you heard that term before? A forensic image? And it's of the original evidence using things like hardware write blockers. We'll go into that in just a minute. Or cryptographic hashing algorithms. Hashing, if you don't know what that is, it's taking the data and hashing the data and turning it into using algorithms like MD5 or SHA. Let's see, SHA-1 is really old, but SHA-256 is more modern, to ensure that what you have extracted is the exact copy and it's verifiably replicated, okay? The original evidence is then secure and stored according to a strict chain of custody protocol. You don't want to do anything with the original data. That's why you want to make a copy, okay? Then we're going to go on to examination and analysis. And here we're going to ensure that the duplicated data is processed and relevant information is extracted using specialized tools and techniques, like file or data carving. We'll go into those different things in just a minute. So the goal here is to sort through all the data to extract only critical data while preserving the context, okay? Again, it's extracting critical data while preserving the context of it. The extraction data is then analyzed, right, and interpreted so we can look at timelines, identify patterns, or malicious activity. It determines the what happens and when. Okay, and the next phase that we have is documentation phase. This happens during the entire process. This is when we're dealing with detailing all of the methods. And yes, we're present. Oh, you guys don't see my screen? Sorry. There. You got it now? Sorry. Okay. Documentation. Documentation phase, this is what we were just talking about. This is where we are right now. You're looking at using tools, finding and looking at making sure that there's an unbroken chain of custody for all evidence. Do you know what I mean by that? Anybody know what I mean by that? Okay. When I'm talking about unbroken chain of custody, that means that you are ensuring that from identification all the way through the process, everything has been documented, everything's been preserved and collected in the proper way, so you can use this in a legal proceeding. Okay? And then we've got the final step, and that is compiling the findings into a clear and comprehensive report. So it depends on how you're using this, right? Are you doing this for a legal proceeding, or are you just doing it for upper management? Either way, you need to make sure that you are presenting or creating a report that is very comprehensive. And again, you can either use this for just your leadership or in a court situation. So of all of these steps that you see here, why do you think preservation is considered the most critical step in digital forensics? Can you guys see my screen? Okay. Good. Preserves the evidence. Right. It's all about integrity. So the preservation step is so critical, because if you don't have that, just what you were saying, Antonia, exactly. In a court of law, it's evidence. Exactly. Exactly. If you can't say, hey, we did this and we followed this protocol, nothing matters. They can say, well, you changed the data, or, and that, look at how many times on the news, my gosh, the Epstein stuff is happening now, right? Was there a chain of custody with that evidence? We'll find out soon in the news, right? Okay, so that's the process timeline. So when we're going through this, we were just talking about some of the tools that need to be used when you are preserving and analyzing the data, right? So this is what you can use. Here you, oops, sorry. Up here you see hardware. From a hardware forensics tools, these are write blockers, and they are essential for ensuring data integrity during the analysis phase. So Tableau, I'll kind of give you a real quick update on what these things are. Tableau devices are high-performance forensic imagers used to collect and duplicate digital evidence from different storages, such as like SATA, USBs, FireWire drives. So all those types of drives. When you're using them, you use them, they are forensically sound and write blocked manner to ensure that evidence is not altered. Again, looking for the chain of custody, right? The second one that you see there, the bottom left, that's the Tableau TD2U. It's a specialized portable forensics duplicator used by digital forensics professionals to create exact, reliable images of storage devices for investigations. So the digital tools part of your query, it goes into the functionality of handling the digital storage media. It's really cool. I had an investigator show me these tools, and it just, they totally blew me away on how they're used. It's really neat. So that's the hardware side. The software side, 3 different things that we're going to talk about from the software side. The first one is, it's called an FTK Imager software, and it creates forensic images of electronic devices. It captures live memory and the registry. Okay, this allows data to be mounted and examined without altering the original, and verifies data integrity using cryptologic hashes like we talked about before, making it crucial for digital investigations. So that's the FTK Imager. Okay, the next thing is the DD command in Linux. This is a powerful command line utility, primarily used for low-level data copying and conversion. It operates by performing byte-to-byte copies, byte-to-byte, from a source to a destination, making it versatile for various tasks beyond simple file copying. So that's something that's great to use. And then the next thing you see there is Encase, and then you'll see Autopsy there as well. And these are software suites used in digital forensics and incident response. If any of you deal with incident response, that can be used for that as well. And eDiscovery to collect, preserve, and analyze digital evidence from a whole bunch of different sources, including what we've already talked about, computers, mobile devices, and data storage. It helps investigators uncover evidence of crimes and breaches, enabling them to produce detailed, court-acceptable reports to support investigations and legal proceedings. So those are some really cool tools that are being used in the digital forensics process. So now that we see the hardware and software, let's look at here some key techniques. Anybody heard of file carving? This first one up here on the top left. You guys can see that, right? File carving. Let's talk about what it is. All right. Technique for for extracting files from unallocated disk space where fragments of old files may reside. Okay, so we're looking at unallocated disk space. This is different, right? So where were the old files and are they hidden somewhere? And this can be a gold mine for evidence that would otherwise be lost. So that's a great tool, a technique to use to find old files. Then we have undelete. This is really cool. It's the image is recovering those deleted files that can hold critical evidence. I'm going to show you this in our case study at the end. It's like retrieving, it's like this, taking a piece of paper, right, that's in the trash, and that actually turns out to be great evidence. So the person thinks, oh, I deleted it, it's gone, kind of like those Snapchats, and they are undeleted. Next thing we have our timeline analysis. So this is really helping us piece together events by organizing them into chronological sequences. So what happened here? What happened next? What happened next? So it's effective in understanding the actions taken and their long-term impacts of what happened. And then lastly, in this volatility 3, we have memory forensics. And this focuses on volatile data stored in a computer's RAM. RAM is random access memory, I'm sure you know that. This is where fleeting pieces of information, such as passwords or encryption keys, can be captured and analyzed before they're lost. This is why you never turn off a device when you first are doing digital forensics. Because when you do turn it off, what happens to that RAM? Anybody put it in the comment? It's lost. Exactly, Dennis. Exactly, Veronica. Right? It disappears. Great. So all of these are methods that are really at the heart of digital forensics, enabling us to recover, analyze, and interpret data that can significantly impact a case. Each one is chosen to suit the types of evidence that we are uncovering, right? It depends on what we're using. And they're really important for investigation. Okay, now this is your turn. I'm going to break you guys up and you are going to do a case study. I'm going to put the case study in the chat. You're going to have 10 minutes to do this. So it's going to be really, really quick. Okay, so I'm going to break you up in teams of 4, actually teams of 3, and you will have 10 minutes to do it. And here's the link, and I'm going to copy this link and have it ready for you. Okay, let me put it in the chat here. Oops, hold on for a second. Stop sharing for a second. There we go. And here's in the chat. Can you guys grab that, please? And then I'm going to put you into a room. Actually, looking at the time, yeah, 10 minutes is going to be what we're going to do. So we're going to add a room, create. I'm going to do 8 breakout rooms, and I'm going to open them all, and then you guys are going to go into the rooms, okay? Are you guys in the rooms? Can you see that? Go ahead and go ahead and pick a room and get into it. Okay. Or I can assign them. I'm assigning them now. I don't know why I didn't do it automatically. Okay. Veronica, are you in your room yet? Did you find yours? Okay. Everybody should be in a room now. Okay, you guys back? All right, I think you guys are coming back in. So let's go over the answers. I know that was really quick. I thought we had more time today, but let's just go ahead and go over and what you guys found out. So you guys can either unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat. Whatever, it's fine with me. So for the first question, which was on identification, which of the following items should be considered potential sources for digital evidence in the scenario that was given? What did you guys find? What is the answer? What are the answers? All but F. All but F. Great. Why not F? Anybody know? Exactly, Emily, exactly. You have to have, it's not it's not owned by the company or whatever, and you need legal access to get a personal device. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Next question is what? We're going to go through, and the next question we have is preservation. You arrive at Jennifer's workstation and see a suspicious command prompt window open. What should you first do, and what is the second? What's the answer there? E and then D, D and then E. First D, second E. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is, a lot of you guys got it right. First thing we want to do is run and process the RAM. Why? RAM contains the live evidence. It's running malware. It's doing that. You want to see that volatile memory disappears. Remember, if the computer is shut down. So that's the first thing we want to do. And then the second thing we want to do is the volatile memory. So we're going to do the E and then do the D. We want to take the forensic image using a break blocker. Great. Okay. Is this interesting? I hope you guys like this. Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay. Okay, third, extraction and analysis. You review Jennifer's memory capture and disk image using forensic tools such as autopsy and FTK imager. You discover all this stuff. What do they suggest, and which 5 of the analysis steps would you perform, and in what order? What did you guys get for that? Laptop has been hacked. And then what? So likely it's been a malware infection from what? Anybody get it? A phishing email. Exactly, Emily. Exactly. So, and it's possible rat. What is rat? Anybody know what RAT stands for? Remote access. What's that T stand for, Kenneth? There, Emily got it. Remote access Trojan, exactly. And the USB activity may indicate data exfiltration, right? Yeah. So the answers are C, D, A, E, and B. So you want to calculate the hash, examine the startup programs, review the USB device history, analyze network traffic, upload file to malware, and then upload it to the malware sandbox. So that kind of gives you an example of that. And then because we're running out of time, let's do documentation. Number 4. List 3 to 4 things that must be documented for the investigation. What did you guys get for that? Date, time, host name, perfect. The chain of custody, what else do we want? When it started, attack vector, identify the malware, exactly. What else do you have to document? Steps taken, exactly. And the tools used, steps and the hashes and any of the artifacts that you use. All right, great. Last one, presentation. Create a short 3-sentence summary. You would present to management. Did anybody get to that part? No? Okay, you could say, we identified a malware infection caused by a phishing email that installed a persistent mechanical mechanism and connected to an external IP address. Evidence has been preserved, and we are recommending isolating the network and blocking the malicious connection. So I'm happy to provide you guys with the answer key as well. So, but I hope you enjoyed that little bit. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen again, and we're going to keep going down the road. Okay, I'm going to go really quickly because I know we're running out of time. Okay, so the technical challenges that we can face are encryption and passwords, right? So if the systems are if the data is encrypted or if it's password protected, what do we do? That's a very technical challenge. Anti-forensic techniques, if it's been data wiped, or if stenography has been used, that's going to be a challenge. Cloud and IoT, data across multiple jurisdictions. So if this is a criminal investigation and it happened in Virginia, but it was using cloud services in Kentucky, there's going to have to be more legal things that have to happen in both states, right? Ethical dilemmas, privacy versus evidence collection, kind of like the phone, right? Maybe you do want to check Jennifer's phone, but wait a minute, yikes, are we able to do that? Or is that privacy? Maintaining data integrity, the whole chain of custody, right? Of where the data is going. And then the legal compliance. When we're talking about legal compliance, GDPR, General Data Protection Regulations, and CCPA is the California Consumer Privacy Act. These are crucial looking at when you are doing these particular investigations. So they influence your investigation, require clear data handling, and strict cybersecurity measures. Okay, so if you are interested in all this, then careers, here are some careers that you might be interested in. being an examiner, a digital forensics examiner, I know that in our DMV area, you're like, what? 77,000, and you have to have all those. That's the starting salary, and you can do investigations, incident response, responding to cyber incidents, e-discovery. That's probably new, and a malware analyst. And look at the growth projections, right? 32% increased. The certifications that are needed, are required, a lot of times. CompTIA, CISA Plus, and that's the cybersecurity system analyst. And then GCFA, the Global Information Assurance Certification for Certified Forensic Analyst, and NC, which is the ability to use open text in-case forensic software and master computer investigation methodologies. So when we're looking ahead, look at what's coming down the pike, right? AI, ML, and forensics analysts, blockchain investigation techniques, deepfake detections, and IoT forensics. So these areas are rapidly evolving and offer some really fun and exciting opportunities. All right, I had a game for you on this one. I'll give it to you that you guys can do at another time, but this is really cool. It's looking at two different faces and seeing what is real. We also have another activity on what voice is real, and you can do this at home. I have two MP3 files that I can give out to you guys, and you can tell me which one is fake and which one is real. Why does this matter? When we're talking about how AI and deepfakes are impacting, it's very impactful of what's happening now in our current world, right? And what data is real and what is not real is very prevalent. Here are some case studies for you to look at. How many of you have heard of the BTK killer? It was a while ago. So Dennis Rader terrorized Kansas from 74 to 2005. He haunted police with letters and messages, and he was finally caught. Anybody know how he was caught? This whole session's about what? The letter? But there's something else you got, Dennis. Let me get in there. It was a digital forensics breakthrough that broke the case. In the letter, what did he put? He put the disk drive. So look at the picture here. He sent a floppy disk, believing it was untraceable. Metadata analysis revealed that it was modified by Dennis and had been used at Christ Lutheran Church and Park City Library. So they linked him to Rader, and that, along with the DNA evidence, led to his arrest. And he's serving 10 life sentences. So, good to know, right? And then here's the other one. It's the takeaway here: even deleted and hidden digital traces can be uncovered. And it was the digital forensics tools that revealed the critical evidence that Dennis and other criminals thought had been destroyed. Here's one that just happened, right? Let's talk about Charlie Kirk. So Tyler Robinson was charged with abrogated murder of Charlie Kirk when he was fatally shot on September 10th, 2025 of this year at the Utah Valley University. The hearing is scheduled for January 16th. What is the key evidence in this case? Surveillance footage, Discord chats, good, Kenneth, text messages, social media, and encryption chats, just like you were saying, ballistics, and biometrics. So when we're thinking about all these things, a lot of them have to do with digital forensics, right? Even the footage, the text messages, the social media, All of that is part of digital forensics. The challenge is here, and what you're going to see. So watch this case is the missing timestamps in the text. So that, from a digital forensics perspective, when we're talking about the timeline, that's important. The lack of body cam footage. And defense may challenge the timelines and chain of custody. So now we're bringing all this full circle into something that's happening in our world today. Okay, so hopefully you learned something from that. And here are the key takeaways from our session today. So if you ever wondered how detectives morph into tech-savvy sleuths, right, now you should know, right? We've got the digital evidence that is crucial for solving crimes. We talked about that. Understanding the basics of digital forensics can help you with your current IT role. How are you using data? How are you protecting your data? Right? Who can get there? What do you do if something happens? And the digital forensics is evolving, right? Follow the trends. Look at what's happening. Go and take some of the classes. Do a cert if you're very interested. And remember, nothing is truly gone from our digital world. So that's all I have. And we'll open it. I know I'm over time, but if you have any questions, let me know. Anybody? All right. Well, thanks, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I will definitely share my information with Sandra, and she can send it out. All right. And if you have any questions, my email is on the screen. Please feel free to contact me at any time.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. That was a very wonderful session, very interactive. I'm very sure everybody enjoyed it. You can see that in chat. So thank you for spending this hour with us, walking us through what IT forensics is, talking about different hats, and interestingly, talking about all the cases and how IT forensics can be used, digital forensics can be used in today's world for solving most of the crime here. So thank you so much for that. And I think what really interesting was for all the students on the chat here to learn about what are the different positions they can start their career. What are the different positions with which they can start their career into as an IT forensics specialist, what range of salaries they should be expecting. So that was very informative for our students over here today. So thank you once again, Jennifer. We loved the session. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
You as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So with that, this is the end of our third session in our Back to Basics series. We will take a break for Thanksgiving, and we will resume our series again in December. I believe December, I want to say December 3rd is when we have our next session in our Back to Basics series, and we will be talking about disaster recovery and business continuity in that session. So please join that session as well. Let's show up in big numbers. That helps our, you gain knowledge, but our speakers get a mood boost as well. That our speaker for disaster recovery is Harvey, I believe. He is part of my team. You will usually see him running the Q&A sessions during our virtual conferences. So I hope to see you all. Here he is. Hey, Harvey.
Hi, looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. We're looking forward to it too. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy your break. We will see you in December. Thank you. Bye-bye.